Welcome to Breakdown Blitz with Insidious and Ghost. Enjoy the show. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I like that, how it did that automatically. As soon as I went live, it was on it. And I am Insidious, and of course, we got Ghost over here.
Yay. If I go in and out, it's because I'm having some technical difficulties trying to get the computer to work.
He's messing with his computer, but he's recently on his phone, so bear with him as he goes through this difficult special time. All right, so what do we want to go with first? We have a list. We do have a list. I guess we can start off with saying our condolences to Lindsey Graham's family. Do you have anything you want to talk about on that?
About Lindsey Graham? Not really. I really didn't have much to say about that except that he passed.
Well, and besides, I know our dear president talked to him at 7:15, and then he got the phone call at 1. Just wow. Of course, I'm waiting on Russia to claim that Zelensky had something to do with it, considering that was the last person he met with. But we're not going to overreach that. That does seem a bit overreachable, doesn't it?
I would say so.
But I wouldn't put it past Vladimir Putin to, sway that card a little bit. I know you wanted to touch facts about Candace Owens.
You go on ahead.
Well, that was one thing I know you said you wanted to start with, so I'm going to let you start it.
Well, you can. Well, what is going? I just don't. Maybe we should be careful of how we word these things. The last thing we need is say the wrong thing and us getting even more in trouble about that. Oh, I just want to know what's going on with the feud going on with this whole ordeal with her and Graham Allen and the Kirks and everything. It just
I think it goes back to what I was saying, the overreach thing. She's reaching. She really is. And man, honestly, I'd have to say I quit watching her podcast a while back because man, she went down some crazy holes. And her take was weirder than the actual original. And you know me, I love conspiracy theories as much as the next person, but when you're reaching, you're reaching.
And you're saying she was reaching.
Oh man. With no evidence at all to anything that she was saying, she's reaching. She literally shows a picture, gives her take, and with very little explanation behind any of it, she goes on her own little path. And, I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, to have a mindset like that, but targeting random people is, that's a little different.
Is it possible that she knows something we don't?
Well, you know what they say. If you ain't got facts to show, then why bring it up? For an example, I can bring this up because it's all over YouTube. It's already out. So I can bring this up. So I went down a little conspiracy mode. I was chasing something that I never found. I mean, I probably could if I dug it up. But do you remember the Wiener case at all?
I do not.
He's that California. I don't know if you want to call him senator or whatever, but he was on the Senate in California back in 2018, and they expedited his computer and found underage girls on there and stuff like that. They actually kicked him off, and they turned around and voted him back in. Well, when they went on there was a clip, a zipped file called life insurance. Well, in the video, there was a video attached, and in the video, alleged video, I mean, there is no proof rather than hearsay. I don't even know where it all came from. I don't know if it was leaked FBI. I don't know if it's leaked CIA. I don't, like I said, there's tons of stories on how this video surfaced, but what we do know is it was 100% on the laptop, but we are unsure of what it actually, if the video is actually real. Now, this is where I would say Candace would go off the deep end and put on her own narrative without actually having proof. The problem is people did that already. They started spreading this out without actually seeing the video. It was alleged. There is no real hard evidence say this video is even out there, but it is alleged that somebody that fit the description of Hillary and another person that was seen in this video beating kids and what looked like drinking blood from them. Like I said, this is alleged. There is no actual proof of this. And actually, Hillary was brought up in the committee and asked about that video, and she laughed hysterically. But there was also tied to emails about an underground pizzeria basement thing. It was supposed to be another scandal that tied Hillary to that. And Hillary, again, when questioned in front of the Senate, then she laughed and said, I knew I'd be asked about questions, but I didn't realize I'd be asked about this. She goes, this is bizarre. She didn't give a yes or no, if facts it was real, or anything like that. She didn't give up anything. So, like I said, that's where you have to be careful on the internet with how you, one, listen, to interpret, three, fact check. Because you don't know if it's true or not. Like I said, I went through and this video is obviously not there. There's many people say it was sold on the black web. And then there was another guy out there by the name of Phil who allegedly so-called seen the video or whatever. Again, unconfirmed. He believed he did. I don't know. There's just there's just a lot there that is a mixture of BS. And for people on the internet, always, just because you see it, one, make sure it's real. Check where it came from. Definitely check and see if it's shared.
Yep.
So, while we're on this other topic, oh wow. Okay, I had to mute your other mic there. So, the other topic we have is kids being rescued and why nobody is talking about it. And this is one thing I have seen countless times. me and Ghost talked a little bit about this earlier. And I don't know how many people have seen it or not, or have been paying attention, but there's been a lot of um, kids being found, and it seems like no one's talking about it, except, well, they are. They're just not hitting it on the mainstream areas.
Mm.
Mainly their local areas. Like I live in Iowa. Well, we live in Iowa. We're like 3 hours away from KC, Kansas City, Missouri. And it got me because our local channel didn't pick that up. And I was really dumbfounded. I'm like, wow. And then I look at what's going on over in Tennessee. We looked at what was going on over in Los Angeles. And then this one that's going on over in Ohio. I'm like, why is none of this being brought forward? Like, I don't understand. Like, are we scared to air this? You're scared people's going to actually see the truth that Homeland Security is doing their job? Trump's doing his job like he said he was going to do. That was one of the promises he said, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here we have all these things happening and nothing's being covered. And it's kind of aggravating if you're somebody that is trying to do something and look at something, and then all of a sudden you think nothing's going on, and then you're on your Instagram, and all of a sudden you see, hey, I didn't see that, but somebody else is posting it. And depending on how you put it up on YouTube, depends if you even see it at all, as I found out. I had to rephrase the thing 3 different times before I got to it. So, Ghost, is there anything you want to add to that?
Well, like, it's just. Well, here's the thing. If the media is hiding it, like you're saying, how do so many people know about it?
Well, it's in their areas. That's what. That's kind of the point I was making. It's kind of a local thing, but still, that should be something that CNN, MSNBC, even Fox Tonight should be airing out. Why is it just local? I mean, this is big stuff. I mean, in my opinion, you would think that would be front page news, right? On your local newspapers, even.
You'd think that.
Like, I guess I just don't understand. Sorry, Vice Grip Garage, I'm going to steal your saying. Lord, help me understand. But yeah, it is crazy on how we don't have anybody talking about it. And it's just mind boggling to me that we have all of these resources to reach out to people, cell phones, TV, and yet I have notifications from our local news department and that doesn't pop up. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
He doesn't get it, people.
Maybe I'm not supposed to get it. Maybe I'm not supposed to understand. Maybe I'm not meant to understand. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it's like people want justification for their hatred, but if you get something good, then they don't know what to hate anymore.
I guess.
I've literally heard people saying it's like the people on the other side. They'll say, "Oh, Trump did this, Trump did that," and then you would say, "Well, what has your side done for us?"
Don't do that. They'll give you 101 excuses of nothing.
I mean, if we're complaining about what we're not doing, why don't you complain about what you are doing? or somewhere along those lines. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing for us? It's like,
As a whole, they're doing everything to screw us over.
when you got somebody, when you have some side that flat out says, like if someone's, it's like when they were told them to, hey, please stand if you believe your first duty is to the American people, and they just sat on their ass. I mean, what more?
And want to go on vacations every 30 minutes?
What more do they need to tell you? They don't care about you.
They don't care about anybody. Wasn't it Nancy Pelosi who came out and said that American people are stupid? And then you had AOC that said that everybody should be put to sleep and wake them back up again.
I remember a clip out there where AOC flat out said that we need to hurt working Americans more. It's like, flat out said that. We need to hurt working Americans more. It's like, people, they're flat out telling you these things. How does this not bother you? This is their plan for you. They want to hurt you so bad that you're so dependent on them, not being able to be dependent on yourself. Okay, and this goes back to this. You know how everybody is upset with the current situation with the food stamp shit?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's upset with the food stamps because they're trying to make it so you can't buy junk food with them and you got to buy healthy food. And I'm thinking, why is that a problem? I mean, America has an obesity problem. Let's face that. America has an obesity problem. And even if it's not obesity, complete obesity, it's still a fat overweight problem. We got a problem. And it's because we give our youngins too much crap food. And maybe that's not a good thing. And people are like, but a bag of chips make my kid happy. Yeah, but he's not healthy. But at least he's eating something. Okay, well, be a parent. I wasn't allowed to eat whatever I wanted when I was a kid. Were you?
It depends if I actually ate that day.
Were you allowed to eat whatever you wanted?
For the most part.
Yeah.
But then again, I wasn't a picky eater. Kids today are.
Well, people.
But I would hate to say it though. Their portion sizes at the school compared to when we were there, dude. Oh man, my kids are hungry when they get out, and it's because their portion sizes have went down, like majorly.
Dude, I was hungry when I got home from lunch too, but school too. But because they think that would help the obesity problem, but the problem is that's not what's helping the obesity problem. It's because you're still feeding them crap. Give them some healthy foods.
They did. That's why none of the kids are eating it.
Yeah.
Like, you remember back when we were in school, we had the pizza and chocolate cake?
On Fridays, yeah. Friday was pizza day.
Yeah, well, now they have pizza and broccoli, cauliflower, or a side salad.
Okay.
And all the kids, well, all they eat is pizza and the rest goes in the trash. Now, that might work at the high school because, well, high school kids, you know, they like to watch their figure. Guys, too. But you're looking at elementary school kids. They ain't going to give a crap. They're just not going to eat it.
And then whose fault's that?
It depends on how you look at it. I mean,
well,
they should know, but they should know that kids are not going to eat it.
Okay, well, look, having a pizza and some chocolate cake at lunchtime when they're about ready to go outside for recess and run around and burn it off is one thing. But then when they come home and then all they're given is hot dogs and mac and cheese, or I know people all they will eat is just the mac and cheese and
what's wrong with that?
mac and cheese and chicken nuggets. I mean, you got kids out there.
What's wrong with any of that? That's all healthy.
Mac and cheese.
That's healthy.
In what world? No, it's not.
Sure it is. What do you think I was raised on? Look at me.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean,
you're also active. I mean, kids these days are just
it's a
kids are just.
I could sit around as a kid and lose weight. It didn't bother me, and he had a high metabolism.
Yeah,
but you have some kids that don't have. But yeah, but you're right. There's some kids that don't have any metabolism at all. Like my daughter, she ain't got it. She ain't got one at all.
Yeah, but the difference between having some mac and cheese once in a while is one thing. But if it's your only thing, I mean, we were just talking about just this the other day about having a balanced diet. That's not balanced. Just having mac and cheese all the time.
Well, no, you don't have it all. Well, you can have it all the time. You can have it every night if you want to, but you got to have something else with it.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. The problem
when I was a kid, like my mom, when I was a kid, it was like pork chops, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and carrots because carrots is my thing.
Yeah, but you'd have a meat, you have a little carb, and you'd have a vegetable. That's what I grew up on. Yeah,
but I fear that. But even our lunches at school was in somewhat that category,
right?
But now I feel like the portion sizes have definitely got down. We were in school, and the whole thing in general. If you actually looked at the food, you'd be like, I ain't eating that. I mean, I did try when I went and had lunch with my kids when they said have lunch with the kids, and I just so happened to be off from JBS that day, and I actually went and did. And dude, that food was nasty. I even threw it away. I'm like, well, they're feeding this to our kids. Oh, I can see why they come home hungry.
Well, shit. Whatever happened to the times where, you get what you get, you be thankful for it. I mean, at least you get to eat. There are people in the world that don't.
Hold on. But there is parents and certain other public officials that say that prisoners are eating better than our kids. Now that's saying something, isn't it?
It depends on what prison we're talking about.
Even San Quentin's a supermax, and look at that.
I think there's like this one that's like either Colorado or Arizona. It's down there where you're lucky. I'm surprised. Like there's some like you're lucky if they're not breaking the 8th Amendment.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. Yeah, they they believe you're actually there for a punishment. That's the thing. I mean, not all of them believe in that.
Yeah.
Just like that one prisoner that could outdo Chef Ramsay. And Ramsay ended up giving him a job when he got out.
Oh, I remember
that episode was funny. He was watching him work that knife, and his face was priceless. He's like, "Oh, okay, you know how to work that thing." All right, and then he ended up giving him a job at one of his high-end restaurants, so that was great. But I think that's what would make the circuit better if more stuff like that actually happened.
Well, the thing is, prison is supposed to be a rehabilitation place, not just a form of punishment. You're supposed to try to turn people to better people in society. And I get that some people you can't. They used to be locked up, throw away the key. But some people, hey, they made a mistake. They just need a point in the right direction. Then you get those people. And we all know who they're talking about. Now, but back to the healthy shit. See, I know kids that all they'll eat all they will eat. You're talking about picky eaters. It's it has McDonald's. If you do it from
Your, your mic's cutting in and out. He's having technical difficulties again here, folks. He went back to his laptop where he is now
they're not eating their
echoing.
dinner.
Oh, there you're back. And now you're gone. He's on a slow laptop, so it's taking him a minute.
What?
There you are.
What did you say?
Oh, you were cutting it out horribly.
What?
You were. I didn't hear anything you said.
What was the last thing? What was the last thing you heard me say?
And this is why there's so much obesity. That was at the tail end of it.
Oh, okay. Did you not hear me say?
I didn't hear anything. It just echoed out. It would give me spits and sputters of what you were saying, and then it.
Okay, let me start over. What I was saying was, I know kids that all they'll eat is chicken nuggets, and it has to be chicken nuggets from McDonald's. If you try giving them Burger King nuggets or those frozen ones from the store, they will not eat it. And the problem is that the parents, the worst part about it is the parents. They cater to it because they're more afraid of their children starving themselves instead of just putting a foot down and saying, no, you're going to eat this. And that's that. You're going to be thankful for it because, and the thing is, they're not doing your kids any favors by letting them pick what the menu is because, one, malnutrition. Two, when they get older, they're just teaching them the world revolves around them. And then they have this new terminology called quote unquote safe foods that only my kid will eat. And if they don't eat it, I don't know what to do. It's like, how am I going to be a freaking parent? Just be a parent. It's okay to do that, despite what people say these days. You know what I mean?
Maybe, but to be honest, have you had Burger King nuggets? Or McDonald's nuggets are better.
It depends on the day. Depends on the time.
Depends on any day. I've had their nuggets. That's why they're $1.99. They're $1.99 for a reason.
Not the point. And I have had Burger King nuggets. They're actually not that bad. Again, it depends on the time and how fresh they are.
Same thing with cook the order.
Same thing with McDonald's.
They cook the order.
The fuck they're not.
It said say cook the order and we have to make them fresh.
Oh.
Same way with BK. Unless you get someone like me, it says, welcome to McDonald's. It says MBK. You can't have it your way. How may I help you?
Don't go to his McDonald's when he's working.
Hey, I get a lot of compliments because I make a lot of people laugh.
Laugh, yes.
Especially especially when they say, "Can I get onion on that?" And I don't want mustard. Of course you can't. They're like, really? No, I'm just messing with you. Of course you can.
So yeah, you're hilarious.
I am. I'm a freaking riot. Especially when they say, "Is your shake machine up?" Hell no, it ain't. Are you serious? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, of course it's up.
well, that is a fair question. I mean, shit. I mean, everybody knows about the infamous machine at McDonald's.
Well, we got this new one. It was like $85,000. And I'll tell you what, I looked at the boss the other day. I got $85,000 POS because that thing only works when it wants to.
Sure. Is this the McDonald's ice cream machine never works? I mean, come on, that's the conspiracy of everyone's lives. I'm sorry, sir. The ice cream machine is down today. Today? It's been down every day. What are you talking about?
The old one was down every day. It was a POS, but this one here, it's supposed to be the state of the art. It's all touch screen. It's lovely. It's got sensors. Yeah. And as I'm
Yeah,
running,
more shit. I'm guessing you're thinking more shit for it to break.
oh, that's it. That's exactly what's going on. And we can't fix this ourselves. Like a tech has to come out. If it freezes up on that touch screen, you're not getting ice cream out of it. You're not getting anything. And we're not allowed to shut it off and turn it back on. Oh no, because then it's got to be heated up, cleaned, and then it can run again, which is about an hour and a half all by itself. Which with 3 people on third shift, you don't have.
That's why I just go on the app and order like 20,000 ice creams, knowing that. Just
I had somebody the other day must have had a sweet tooth because they ordered 5 cookie totes and 5 plain McFlurries. I'm like, wow, I know what you're doing. You're making homemade chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches. Good for you, bro. I would have done it too. I'm not gonna lie. Problem is, they door dashed it. That was the funny thing. All right, off topic here. So means we're on the school topic here.
well,
Let's
yeah, we're
we're going to
teachers.
talk, yeah, teachers and special education system. So, what are we going to talk about with teachers?
You were mentioning about the curriculum.
Yes, the curriculum, the state curriculum. So, as we all know, every state has a curriculum. Well, the problem is with the state curriculums is they're not taught at your local colleges because they are state. It's what they want you to teach. So that is why you have a board of education. They set the curriculum and the teachers are supposed to teach it in the way they want them to. Well, here's where, like I told Ghost, me and him have a disagreement on because they spend all this time, all this money going to school to teach kids on, let's say they wanted to be a science major. Well, they're spending money on a science degree that they ain't going to be able to use because the state wants them to teach them how they want them to teach and what they want them to teach and how they want them to teach them. So all that money that they just spent to go to get this science degree, well, you might as well just burn it because you're not using it. Which kind of brings my purpose. What's the point of going to college to become a teacher if the state's just going to teach your kids anyways?
Wait a minute. We were to that could bring us back to that agriculture thing, but we're not going back to that again. No, the problem is this. What are they teaching the kids? They're doing the whole
That kind of goes back to what I was talking about, where the curriculum lies. Like you could go back to the LGBTQ flags and all that. It all goes back to the state curriculums. That's what.
Yeah. You got to teach the kids that boys can be girls, but hey, you know what? Oh, hey, what do you think? Do you think we should teach them how to write in cursive or read cursive so they could read the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution? No. That's not important. They need to know boys can become a girl.
Well, no, because if they learned how to write cursive and they actually knew what the Declaration was or their rights were, that means they're smart. See, the idea of the system was to dumb them down, and that's exactly what they're doing. And the sad part is, parents don't see it. Nobody sees it.
Oh, they either see it. I don't know if that's the case or they just don't care.
No, they really don't see it. Nobody sees it. And that's the thing. Well, I see it, but it's like, well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? I mean, what can you do about it?
And then that's why a lot of parents, and maybe the parents do see it, because homeschool is on the rise.
Oh,
Homeschool
no.
is on the rise.
Oh, no. It's on the rise because of kids having social anxieties. They can't
Well,
do large crowds. They can't eat around a lot of people. So they keep them home. But you know what the problem is with the homeschool now? The school is still telling you, they're still sending them packets
yeah.
to do or email addresses. The school is still teaching your kids, technically, no matter how you look at it. Even if they're homeschooled, they're sending you a packet in the mail or telling you to go pick it up at the school. And then you take it home, have the kid do it.
And you brought up the social anxiety. Like, yeah, hey, with kids, what are you doing? Like, yeah, but keeping them at home. What are you preparing them for? Just stay at home. I mean, how do you think you're going to get better at socially stuff? By experiencing it at school. That's what it's for.
You know what? You know what cracks me up about social anxiety? Because anytime I hear social anxiety now, the only thing it brings me back to is Zombieland.
Shut up.
Where he goes, just me and my folks, a couple shut-ins like me, sitting the night and day drinking my Code Red Mountain Dew. Oh, I love that movie. Yeah. Off topic. I know, but it's a good damn movie. And while we're there, I guess we can talk about the special education.
What? You mean that's not already the whole thing these days?
Like, what do you mean?
I was being sarcastic. I was being a smart ass. But go ahead.
Well, back with the teachers part, I mean, if you want to know my honest opinion, me and you talked a little bit about this the other day over the phone, but never on here. Pardon me, folks. One of us hasn't been to bed yet. So, anywho, we were talking about special education, how it needs an overhaul. Now,
I was talking about the whole education in general needs an overhaul. That's
why, in my opinion, it does. But my main focus on from someone that's been in special education is this. When all you want to teach your kids is plus and minus, when they want to learn more, they're willing to learn more, but you don't want to teach them because you'd rather sit at your desk and play on your computer rather than teach your students, well, there's a problem. And, I mean, heck, I didn't, all the doctors I've been to, it wasn't until I actually looked up on the internet that I learned a different way. Like most people, they hear things, it sticks. My brain doesn't. My brain works in patterns, other people's brain works in layers. That's why they can take layers of information and their brain's like a sponge and they'll soak it in. Well, my brain's like a brick.
Then yours needs to be hit by one sometimes.
Well, I've been hit by a broquet ball. Does that count?
I suppose.
So what I'm saying is if teachers knew how to teach the child, then they should be, aware of it. Like, not every child learns the same. Like they say that, oh, well, pretty much they think a child that doesn't learn as fast as, let's say, Michael does over here, and you have this kid over here, Scott, who is a little slower, but is he really slow, or is his comprehension skills just not where Mike's might be over here? So that's the difference.
Here's another problem. Like you said yourself, that sometimes some kids just need a little bit more time to get it. So I have a question. When you think of that whole No Child Left Behind business, and you send a child that from 3rd grade to 4th grade because, you're like, oh, these are our grade older, we got some to 4th grade. And then you're like, he didn't understand 3rd grade math. And now he's going to go to 4th grade math. He's not ready for it. And so, yeah, well, we got to let him move on. He's not ready to move on, and now he's going to be even more confused in fourth grade math. There is nothing wrong with telling the child, you know what? I think you should take third grade over again.
Disagree.
But it's not an insult to the child on the kid. It's like, you know what? Maybe you need to go another round.
Disagree.
And sometimes that's the best thing for the child because
Disagree.
they get a second crack at it. Maybe they'll understand it better, and then
Disagree.
they'll even excel. What?
Disagree.
Why not?
Because it doesn't work. It goes back to what I said. If he didn't get it the first time, he's not going to get it the second time. It's a comprehension. Yes, it is a comprehension thing. Trust me. Talk about one that tried to learn college level algebra. I never took algebra a day in my life. I had two different people trying to talk to me about it. I said, you know what? I'm done. And they're like, what? I'm like, you just told me how to do it this way. You're telling me how to do it this way. I'm just not getting it, and I'm not going to get it because my brain isn't going to comprehend it, and I'm just not going to understand it enough to do it, to even worry about it. So there's that barrier that I'm talking about. So if it's not just about learning, it's about the comprehending. Some people can comprehend things right off the gate. But you get somebody like me who is, like I said, that doesn't have a comprehension, and you're going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Eventually, they're just going to say, "I give up. I'm just not going to get it. I'm not going to ever understand it. So let's move on."
But then I have a question. Then what are you doing? Well, then should you still say, "Okay, you're not going to get third grade math. That's okay, fine. Go to fourth grade math." No, that's just worse on them. How is that helping them?
Because that's where they put them in special education. That's where I said the special education system sucks. You know when I learned a bit. Hold on. Okay. So when did you learn division?
I would say third grade, give or take.
Okay. Third grade, give or take. You know when I learned it? Seventh grade. That's when I learned it with Mr. Cassidy. Okay. I stayed after for 3 days. You know how long it took me to lose it? By the end of that summer, because I didn't do it anymore. I went to high school and we went back to plus, minus, and multiplication. I never learned division.
Okay.
Because I forgot it that quick.
Oh.
Well, and I got to keep using it to store it. If I don't use it every day, I'm not going to store it. It's not going to stick in my memory.
Well, I understand that, but that's not the problem here. The problem is, so you're telling me that we should let a child who doesn't understand third grade math or science, they should be allowed to go to fourth grade math and science when they didn't earn it?
What do you mean math and science are two different things?
I'm making an example.
Science is easy. They don't even go together. Physics would go with science.
Oh, wait. Maybe this kid understood third grade math. Mm-hmm. Maybe he failed third grade science. Maybe he didn't comprehend it. So my point is, if they don't understand it at a certain level, what are you doing? What favors are you giving the child by letting them move on when they're not ready to?
Because maybe they look at it how I do. Maybe they'll never be ready.
Then don't put them on the next level. If they're not ready.
That's the thing. Maybe they'll never be. That's what the point of the No Child Left Behind is.
So you're saying the child deserves the high school diploma when he didn't earn it?
Like they tried to get me to stay back, and look how that took for him.
So let's give the child the diploma that when he didn't earn it.
Did I earn mine?
I don't know. I didn't really follow your education at that time frame.
My GPA was low enough they didn't really want to let me into college. I begged them.
A lot of people don't do. You know what? Here's the thing, though. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't do well in high school and then excel at college. My wife is one of them, actually. She didn't do so well in college. then she, I'm sorry, high school, and then she took college classes. She got freaking A's and B's. I mean, she knew what she was doing. I mean, sometimes you just excel one way than the other. You just have to find. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and it's your job to find out what they are.
You know what my strength is? I learned by doing. You can put those timetables in front of me; it doesn't mean nothing. I'm not good with paper. I'm good with doing.
Okay.
I can. You want me to work on a car? Hell with it. Let's go. I can do it. Ain't a problem. But when you start telling me to get to the mathematics of it, good luck. I'm not a damn engineer.
Me, I'm the exact opposite of you. I can't, you give me a tool set. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You put the numbers in front of me, I'll have it done for you in about 5 minutes. Some people I get, and that's just how some people are.
No, that's book smarts and street smarts.
But see, that's one by word. As I said earlier, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. It's up to you to know how to utilize it. But that doesn't mean.
And that's where I go. That's why I stand with the No Child Left Behind, because some kids just are not good at bookwork, and they won't ever be. And you're trying to force them into being something they're not.
That doesn't mean you say they passed when they didn't.
And what's the point of keeping them behind? Because they're just going to stay in the third grade for like ever. And that has happened. That's why they got rid of it. For an example, Cole Cross. You remember Cole? He was a 22-year-old that finally graduated high school in 2024.
22. Okay. Well, what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, after when he was supposed to. Because that was before the No Child Left Behind Act. Instead of dropping out, he stayed with it, kept trying and kept trying. He graduated at 22.
So?
Half your life's done.
Half your.
Why stay at that point? Why do it? You know? That's why they said he was a super senior for a reason.
But he passed. Did he pass, or did they just give it to him?
I don't know. They probably just gave it to him at that point. I mean, hell, what the hell? What the hell do you do? You know, hell, I'm pretty sure they gave me mine, because when I called to even get my transcript, they were trying to figure out how I graduated. Did you graduate on your GPA, or because you had a 34 out of 46 credits? So yeah, I'm not giving it back.
Here's the problem: is like, because I think it's an insult to other students that actually want to succeed. Because see, let me tell you something. When I was subbing,
depends on how you look at it.
Well, let me finish. When I was subbing, there was this kid that wasn't paying attention to anything, and I said to him, "Well, why are you paying attention?" And he said to me, quote, "Well, why does it matter? My mom lives on welfare and gets free money from the government. So why should I work my ass off when I'm just going to make free money from the government? I'd rather just sit at home and do nothing." And this is what I'm promoting. And then you got a kid next to him who's working their ass off to get their good grades, and you're going to tell me these two kids should be equal? That's not right.
Well, maybe the mom needs to have a talk with her son about having a better mindset about their future.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know what I went through, and I can't speak for other kids. I just know what I went through, and that's why I'm a firm believer that the special education needs to be an overhaul.
Yeah, let's go back to what I said. I think the whole thing needs overhaul. See, this is why when Trump basically did a reset on it, I was actually okay with it, because
but the problem is the states are still running it.
Well,
they just labeled it as something else, like they always do.
Yeah, but they're not going to get the federal funding that they need to keep it going.
No, they're going to. But you know who used to run it when we were in school? The PTA, Parents Teacher Association.
Oh, you mean back people actually gave a damn about
Their
their
kids
kids.
is learning. Yeah, they actually had PTA meetings where parents showed
Mhm.
up and actually and they actually talked about the curriculum. Well, that's why I don't agree with the whole keeping the parents out of the school, because the reason why they did that is because they don't want you to know what what they're teaching your kids. They don't want you to have a clue.
I mean, and then comedian you were talking about the other day about if I gave one of your kids instructions in cursive, he's going to look at me like, "What the fuck is this?"
I would do that to you as an adult.
I You're going to work with that. I know how to read cursive.
I don't.
Well,
I mean, I can a little. My grandma writes cursive, so I had to learn over the years. Um,
oh, good luck. My mother's cursive. Oh my gosh, she made the Declaration of Independence look easy to read.
yeah, my mom's is the same way, but they were from a different time, bro. They really were. Hate to say it.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There is
No,
nothing
no,
wrong
not
with
at
that.
all. Not at all. All right. One last topic we got veterinarians.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Insidious here believes, and he could be right, that veterans, what veteran, not veteran, not vets, veterans, veterinarians. We're talking about the animal doctors. Um, he believes that they're not in for the love of the animal anymore. It's just about the money.
I am. I'm a firm believer.
Now, tell us a story about the kitten.
So my mother-in-law had a kitty, little kitten, came up on her by her deck, was laying there, pus coming out of its nose, eyes were all crusted over, and I called the vet and I'm like, well, can I bring this cat to you? And they go, well, is it your cat? I'm like, no, I just want to bring it in, get it healthy, and you guys can find it a home. We don't do that. I mean, we'll take the cat, but someone's going to have to pay for it. Well, it's a stray. Well, maybe you should give it a home. How about you take care of the cat and find it a home? And so, long story short, I called several vets. None of them wanted to take care of it. So we ended up calling animal control and asking them what they could do. Maybe they could take it to the Humane Society, find it a home or have it looked at. His response to me was, let nature take its course. And I was like, it's a poor little kitten. Why would I let nature take its course? I just want it to be looked after. And I couldn't find any vet that would take care of this poor cat unless I was willing to pay for it.
I just read an article on, I think it was on Facebook, where it was basically a similar situation. The guy, I don't know if he hit the kitten or somebody else hit the kitten and he saw it. Either way, kitten got hit by a car, and the kitten was fine. It wasn't fine. It just got hit by a car, but it wasn't dying. It got kind of like bumped, and he said the kitten may just had a concussion or something. And it'd be fine. It just needed he just wanted to get looked at by the vet. So he took it into the vet, and the vet did basically the similar thing you're describing. Well, whose cat is it? Who's paying for it? Yada yada yada. Like no one did. It's a stray kitten. Can you please help it? And then after going back and forth with that for about 10 minutes, he said, "Yeah, just give me 1 second." And he leaves the facility with the kitten like laying either on the floor or on the desk. I forget what he said, but basically he just left the kitten right there at the floor of the veterinarian office and just left. Said, "There, now it's your problem." But yeah, it's like, I mean, because here's the thing. If you or me ran into the emergency room right now with a broken foot or a kidney stone or something we're extremely in pain, are they going to look at you and say, "Excuse me, sir, are you going to pay for this?" Or are they going to try at least first say, "Hey, let's try to help you out first. Yeah, we'll worry about the money and the insurance later. I mean, let's try to help you out." What are they going to do? Well, what do you think? Huh?
Oh, the hospital? Oh, they're definitely gonna have fix you up, and then they're gonna want you to pay after. No, without.
Yeah, but that's my point. They'll at least make sure you're taken care of before they go all through the business about it. You know, at least, like I said, that's what I'm saying. They'll at least make sure you're out of pain before they said, "Okay, sir, we helped you out. Now, do you have insurance? This, that, and everything." And you know what? Sometimes, and this is the thing I'm about ready to say, sometimes you can't pay for it, and the doctors and the hospitals, they may write it off for like a tax purposes, like a charity case or something.
Well, I know here recently they've been in talks with state and government agencies to find a loophole to where if you don't have insurance, they're not going to see you. That's why Trump was trying to make us like Canada, to where it's taken out of our taxes to where we get health care. Guaranteed.
You're
Now,
right.
yeah, I just got a little cold, a little lung congestion. But you also remember when he put that in 2016 where you could call around and you have to give you prices? Well, they ain't honoring that shit no more.
I'm just
At
glad
least not here.
I'm just glad I don't got to fucking worry about it.
Oh yeah, you got VA.
Thanks to Trump's demand about for vets. If you're a vet, you find a hospital and you got an emergency, you go to the ER, say that you're a vet, we'll front the bill. I'm okay with that.
Right. Well, do you got anything else to add to this podcast here?
Let's see what we talked about that. Yep, we talked about everything. And, again, everybody, these are our opinions, and if we get anything wrong, we did. I'm just going by stuff that we've heard.
If not, oh well.
Well, no, we're not in this business to do fake news. I mean, fake news, oh no. No, we're not in here for that business. I mean, these are our opinions.
I'm in this business to cry about it.
Huh?
But I'm in this business to cry about it. It's more fun that way. But all right, guys, I think that's it for today. We're going to hop on out of here. Enjoy your guys' rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next Breakdown Blitz. Thanks for listening to Breakdown Blitz, where the conversation starts, but it never ends. Join us next time for more of the same.